Hey guys, and welcome to the spooky episode of Game Not Game. Happy Halloween, everybody. My name is Green, and with me, as always, is Zen. Happy Halloween, Zen.
Hello, I am
Hey.
suitably spooked. What happened?
My cat's trying to eat a plastic bag during the podcast. Not allowed.
Oh, I thought you got attacked by a ghost or something.
Oh no! It's Halloween! Anyway, we're recording this on Halloween because we are trash. The podcast was due yesterday and it's going to be up tomorrow. Whoops. I say it's going to be up tomorrow. With the way this podcast has come together, maybe not, but we'll see.
Yep.
But that means that we're going to be the most topical we've ever been in the history of Game Not Game.
Yep.
As we're recording. Actually, I don't know if we have any super recent news to never mind. It's all shit from last week anyway. Get owned, gamers. Anyway, speaking of Halloween, you had a spooky story for us.
I do indeed have a spooky story for you. And this, well, it's not a recent story. It's just a childhood memory of things that freaked me out as a child. As you know, I spent a few years in Singapore. Singapore is a place with a lot of various Eastern cultures in it, including Buddhism. And there is this theme park, not a Buddhist theme park, it kind of is actually, this theme park in which you can go in there and just have fun, hanging out in the fun attractions, meeting mascots. Except for this one particular part in which you can go and have fun in the 10 villas of hell. That's what it is. It's a depiction of hell inside a theme park. And this is not really cutesy hell. This is meant to be a moral lesson. So I went there on as a kid because I don't know why my parents or my teachers allowed me to go there or made me go there. It is a version of hell in which really gruesome things happen. You can go look for a picture of this. Again, this is Hawpar Villa, HAWPAR Villa. They have all kinds of statues of people being tortured in hell. And I mean really bloody, gory ones, with people's heads being chopped off. There's one person being impaled with a saw. People hanging upside down from the ceiling and bleeding onto the ground. Those are the kinds of really fun things you see at this theme park. Let me remind you that's what it is. And I sent some links to you, Green. How would you describe this?
Yeah, I wasn't sure what to expect when you told me it was a theme park that depicts hell. But, I knew it was going to be bad and spooky. But this is some serious, fucked up shit. There's, I'm looking right now at a still of the video where this goblin dude is just carrying away this bleeding topless woman. They're not pulling any punches. This isn't kid friendly at all. No, there's one attraction where they're just tossing people onto a field of knives. It's fucked up. It's really crazy. So how old were you when you came here? Ish.
I was 10 or 11, I think.
Okay, yeah. Man.
Yep. So
at that age, I would have been just excited about the boobs, I think.
Yeah, let me mention at this point, by the way, there's a statue for some reason of an old woman sucking a woman's boobs. I don't remember what lesson was being taught here, but it's there.
The old devour the young. I don't know. It's fucked up shit though. It's
yeah,
really. You should if you're interested in some interesting multicultural Halloween viewing, this is where it's at.
Yep. And there's a video, you can go search for it on YouTube. I think it's the most popular one by Click Network or something. And they take a tour of it. They're trying to be in the kind of we're trying to be funny style. But it goes and shows the various reasons, the various sins that people do in their life and what kind of punishment you can expect. Right?
Yeah, there was one. I watched this video. And it's they're okay, this is for people who lend money with exorbitant interest rates. They get tossed onto a field of knives. I was oh yeah, classic ironic hell punishment. Wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. It's just the punishments have no bearing on the sins. It's just arbitrarily decided. Okay, you people get thrown onto knives.
And then there's also one in which there's a special punishment for people who don't pay their rent on time.
Oh man.
That's a punishment for people who have pornography, I think. I don't know which one it is. I don't know if it's the one in which you get chopped into two or have a saw shoved into your gut. I forget which one.
One of the two.
Yeah.
Oh man, good stuff.
A little bit of history here, by the way. This Hallpark Villa used to be called Tiger Balm Gardens because they were in. It was created by the people who became really rich, from inventing and then selling Tiger Balm, which you can go and buy in Walmart right now. It's that medicinal ointment or patch that you put on your muscles if they're sore. Right.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's always been a thing in Asia, but I started to see it here in the United States. So some of you, especially you athletic types or people with back pain, you might be familiar with Tiger Balm. But yeah, this is what they did with their millions of dollars.
Interesting.
They built a hell park.
So if I understand correctly, the whole park isn't hell, right? It's just
No.
Yeah, it's just that one attraction.
No, that the whole park is not hell. There's other fun things you can do too, that don't involve being destroyed. Yeah, I remember my other memory was not of searing hellfire, like literal one, but the hellfire of embarrassment as a prepubescent kid, in which I was told to go up and sing for a competition on stage, and me being 10 years old and stupid, I thought that the way to sing was to be as deep as possible.
What?
Yeah, that's what I thought when I was a kid. I thought my voice had to be really deep because I think at the time my dad was listening to things like Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
So I did that. I did as far low of a register I could do at like 10 years old, and I don't remember how it sounds, but I know for sure I did not win the contest, and people probably thought I was just trying to be a toad or something.
Oh man.
By the way, I should note that, as you can imagine, this theme park in the age of smartphones and video games it hasn't been as popular as it used to be. Well, surprise, it wasn't even popular. Why I don't know. But it got taken over by new owners, all right, who are trying to revitalize this park without tearing. I would say the first thing you do is to get rid of hell, but hey, whatever. What they did was they organized kind of a quote-unquote escape room game in the park itself. Yeah.
Is it in the hell, right?
It's part of it's in the Hell Night. They did it at night.
Oh my god.
And it's one of these competition things in which you could get into teams and compete against each other by completing challenges throughout the park. And then made the best team win, basically. And it's kind of fun and super creepy, so I've got to hand it to them. Scavenger hunt through the 10 courts of hell.
Yeah.
Hey, doesn't get much more metal than that, really.
Yeah, it sounds like the setup for a Saw novel. Or a novel, fucking movie.
Saw novel.
A Saw novel, yeah. The novelization of the movie Saw.
Oh, God. The novel, yes, that's where Saw came from. It was originally written by, I don't even know who, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Chuck Tingle.
Chuck Tingle.
I think that was before he got into his erotica phase.
I think you got the wrong definition of pound there.
Pound the flesh. Oh man. Yeah, so speaking of Chuck Tingle, good segue there. Kickstarted in the butt, a Chuck Tingle digital adventure is now live. We talked about this, I think, last week.
Yeah.
About how Chuck Tingle and Zoe Quinn are teaming up to make an FMV video game. They're doing it. They have a Kickstarter, and they've got a lot of pretty cool screenshots that are already made of this madness. I can't say anything more than go look at it. They've got a unicorn with a cop hat on its like horn, and it's
I thought you were going to a different place there.
Well, I think there's definitely some sexual imagery going on there, but yeah, and it's just this buff guy in short shorts. Oh man, it's great. Yeah, you gotta go look at this. There's some excellent imagery there. They're working on getting to their goal of $69,420. They're up to $40,000 at the time of this recording, and there's 15 days left to go. So definitely lots of time to get that going, and it's gonna be a free game. the rewards include things like t-shirts and beta access and being on the credits and stuff like that. And the higher the higher tiers include like being one of the actors in the game. Like you can go and be a unicorn cop in the game in Los Angeles, which sounds really exciting, tempting.
Yeah. Hey, you could drive there.
I could absolutely drive there. I'm not sure that I could afford the $1,069 required. Or wait a minute, no, it's it's $690. Excuse me, to be a unicorn butt cop.
Yep, only in the time of Kickstarter can you pay to be an extra in a film.
Yeah, right.
This is a real thing. I should say also that if you have no idea what we're talking about, go check out the previous episode of this podcast. But just really briefly, Chuck Tingle is an erotica writer who writes really incredibly strange stuff. Might be a parody thing, might be not, but just incredibly entertaining either way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a funny dude who like the internet as a troll got him nominated for a Hugo Award, which is a sci-fi award, and he sent Zoe Quinn to accept the award in his place, and now they're working together to make a video game.
I hope they succeed.
Yeah. I'm certain they will. There's a lot of star power behind that project.
There is. It looks like the writer for Welcome to Night Vale is on it.
Excellent.
Oh, good.
Fuck yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, it's just like a silly compendium of a bunch of internet people doing a really dumbass thing, and it's great.
Yep.
You gotta go and look at these GIFs. Like, I can't do it justice. Just this fucking buff-ass dude in short shorts and a unicorn mask. It's great.
So that's that. Yep. There's no other words cannot do it justice, really.
No, yeah, I can't describe it to you. It's not like the Chuck Tingle titles where I can just read them to you. Mm-hmm. This one has to be seen.
Yeah, we also caught wind. That's a very unfortunate pun, but I'm going to stick with it. We also caught wind of another Kickstarter this past week. It is +5, the ultimate gaming deodorant, and you heard that right. I'm going to say it again. Gaming deodorant.
Yep.
And
it apparently is a consumable that boosts your charisma by 5 when you use it, according to the Kickstarter.
Oh god, it boosts your charisma by 5. If you buy it, by the way, I'm going to assume that wisdom is your dump stat. I'm just saying, okay?
Yeah, right. Wait, no, the other way, right?
Why is that?
I thought your dump stat was where you threw all your points.
Oh, I thought. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'm not. I got to return my nerd card now. I thought dump stat was the stat you dumped.
No. Dump stat is like, okay, I'm a barbarian. I hit things with my hammer. My dump stat is strength. I just throw everything in strength, and ignore everything else. Okay.
Well, the point is that I would severely question your judgment if you were to buy this. If you were to buy this non-ironically. Mm-hmm. Let's put it that way.
Even if you buy this ironically, you're still spending money on something that's incredibly stupid. You watch this Kickstarter video they have, and they're just like, yeah, we thought we would do something that the community really needs. So we deodorant, it's like they repeat that pitch like 3 times in their 3-minute speech. It's just this guy whose pun is like, his entire premise is based on the pun, gamers are smelly, so we made a deodorant. Got him. Also, they are at $1,235 out of $25,000 with 23 days left to go. So, not looking great, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's their selling proposition isn't great. You might be wondering, by the way, what does it actually smell like, right? And they put it in the frequently answered questions, their answer to that. And it says, this is one of our most popular questions. It seems like many gamers, they feel like it should smell like a combination of Mountain Dew, Cheetos, and pizza, but it actually smells really nice. Really, many gamers feel like that their deodorant should smell like a combo meal from Pizza Hut.
Well, it would be more representative than the actual answer. Charisma is a blend of lavender, coriander, and orange flower.
The next fragrance will be sweeter. But I mean, I don't know if he's trying to make a joke or if he just didn't do his market research right.
I don't know. It wouldn't shock me if a bunch of people thought it should smell like that.
Why would you want to infuse a dew? I can't even imagine what it smells like. Like Mountain Dew, Cheetos, and pizza.
Oh, I can imagine.
Terrible.
Have you never been to a LAN party?
I've never been to a LAN party, but I've been to many an anime convention, as we've discussed in the past, and it smells like body odor, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes Axe deodorant. So there's that, right? Super cheap, like spray on, not even deodorant sometimes, just cologne to try to disguise like 96 hours without a shower.
Yeah. That's fair enough. LAN party meals have a distinct smell, but the people smell different than that.
Mm.
But that's the point. You get to smell like delicious gamer food.
If I really wanted to smell that, I would not go second hand through a sweaty gamer. I would just go to the Pizza Hut.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah. I should say though that maybe you know what? I think maybe they're getting this wrong, right? They should sell this at conventions, right?
Yeah, that is definitely what it seems like this is designed for instead of ordering online.
Right. Right, because
yeah, who's going to use deodorant when they're sitting alone playing video games?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But when you are at a gaming convention and you're running from one 6-hour Dungeons and Dragons game to another 6-hour Dungeons and Dragons game, which actually happens, the deodorant maybe if you don't want to shower. I still think you should shower, but hey.
Like, think of it in terms of a video game. When are you going to use your charisma boosting consumable? Not while you're, sitting alone in a dark room.
No. You collect 99 of them and hold them all for the final boss.
Yeah, you pop them all right when you're going to talk to the love interest.
Yeah, exactly.
You just see this guy at a convention, like frantically rubbing charisma +5s all over his body before he goes and talks to a girl.
Oh my god! This is actually, when you put it this way, this is actually a real life, like, supposedly stat boosting consumable. It really is.
Yeah, that's what their fucking commercial should have been. They have a stupid Pokemon Go themed one.
Oh no!
Did you not watch the video?
I did not. I forgot about it. I just read through the post.
It's bad. Yeah, their commercial is like this guy wandering around the park with his phone, and there are all these girls dressed up as Pokemon, and they're running away from him, and then he's like, oh, and then a charisma +5 just pops up hovering in front of him, and he's like, oh, huh, and puts it on, and then suddenly they're like all over him.
Wait. In the video, he made himself attractive to Pokemon?
Yep.
That's kind of an obscure genre of games that normally people don't play.
In fairness, they were female Pokemon.
Oh yeah, that makes it better.
Yeah. they were girls in stupid costumes.
Yeah.
Is what it was. But yeah, that was their little ad, and I stopped watching halfway through that ad. I was like, okay, I get it. I'm done.
Oh god. Man. Yeah, you should, if you really want to buy deodorant with a different label on it, rather than going to like Walmart and getting just Axe, not Axe, don't get Axe, just get some normal deodorant. You can check out the Kickstarter. It's called +5 Gaming Deodorant.
Yeah. They have some very interesting stretch goals. It's like you can get a 3-pack for $13 or a 6-pack for $24. Wait a minute. Oh, sorry. Or a legendary pack, which is three 6-packs for $36. That's the weird part.
I just saw the 6-pack pledge level. Did you see this?
Yeah, everyone wants a 6-pack. Yeah, and then it says this is our most economical option, and then the next one is 3 6-packs for $36. They must mean 3-packs.
Well, it's not even that. It says this is a great pack for YouTubers.
Yeah. Well, to give us prizes, they say.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, the way they wrote it, it very much implies that YouTubers sit around smelling like the dump.
Well, it does until you finish reading the sentence.
Yeah.
It's a great pack for YouTubers or board game nights as prizes, or just to use yourself. Yeah, I guess it kind of implies you might need to use. Yeah.
It's just not written very well.
No, it isn't.
But if I were a YouTuber though, and if you wanted, this makes no sense. Like, why would I want to buy into this to give it away to make YouTube? What kind of video am I even making? I don't know.
That's a lot of shipping to ship out individual prizes to viewers. That would add up.
Yeah. Oh, goodness me. Speaking of shipping, we've got some interesting news in the world of shipping and cargo today, don't we?
Oh, I thought this was gonna be a fucking shipping like fictional characters thing.
Yeah.
No, yes, Uber has delivered 50,000 beers. They drove a truck without a human. It was an Uber robot driving a truck.
Yep, nowadays. Well, I mean, we're coming to the age in which our beer, the sustenance of life everywhere, is going to be delivered by robots.
Mm-hmm. It's probably safer because, the temptation's got to be there when you're driving 36 hours with a truck full of beer, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Although I'm sure at this point that there's some way that they tag it so that the drivers don't drink it.
Oh, I'm sure. It was a joke. Yeah. I'd be very surprised if very many drivers, like professional truck drivers, were caught drinking their shipped alcohol on the job. That would be a pretty surprising failing. But it's probably happened at least once,
Yeah, I'm sure.
Some people are idiots. Some of those idiots are truck drivers. But not for long, because pretty soon robots are going to be the only truck drivers. This is something that I've seen coming for a long time. It's, professional driving in general is just a very repetitive task. There's no real reason a human has to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like once you get a robot that's good enough at driving in a straight line, fucking done. There's no reason. Though this article does point out Uber's plan for this is going to be a human driver loads the stuff, gets it to the interstate, and basically gets it to the point where it's drive in a straight line for 500 miles, and then they get out and get a ride back to civilization. And the autopilot just takes it to the next driver, and then when it comes off the freeway, there's a driver waiting for it to get in and drive it through cities and stuff, which I think is the smart way to start it off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's an amazing thing. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty soon, food is going to be delivered by drones. Same with Amazon orders and stuff, and just UPS and FedEx in general will probably be replaced by drones taking packages from the shipping center to the addresses. Food and other freight will be shipped by self-driving cars. No need for humans to do professional driving for much longer. Maybe another 10, 15 years.
Speaking of which, actually, that article about the Uber truck delivering beer linked to an article about Chipotle being delivered by drones.
Yeah, they're testing it in certain areas.
Yep. So that's our future, the future of delivery, right there.
Yeah. It's it's sad in one way, but at the same time, I don't think it was sad when we stopped having to send kids behind machines to fix them because we got better at industrial machinery making. There's on a certain level, robots are taking our jobs. On another level, they've been doing that for a while, and it's probably good in the long run. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I'm more optimistic, I think, than most people about this.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some friction for sure, but generally speaking, once things get ironed out a bit, I think there'll be more opportunities later on for other things that we humans, we flashbacks can do. But this is generally, it can't be all a bad thing. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, on a certain level, this has been the whole goal of technology since we started making technology, right? Like, we invented an axe because it was a pain in the ass to like break logs apart to burn without an axe. Like this is a more advanced version of that. It's a pain in the ass to drive across the country and pay somebody for it. So instead, you make a computer do it.
Yep. Again, as we have said in previous episodes, get ready for our robot future. It's just another step.
It's coming. Yeah,
it's coming.
It's 10 years. World is going to be very different. That's my prediction. We're in the middle of a lot of things. Hey, stop eating bags. Where is he?
I'm sorry. What's that? Your cat?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was trying to remember which animal it was destroying things in the background for you.
Dude loves plastic bags. That's his thing. Where is he? I don't see him, but I hear him.
He's going to jump at you when you're the least prepared.
Yeah. There used to be a cat here who liked to, like, the shower is right next to the toilet, and there's a little nook over the shower to, like, ventilate it so it doesn't, like, steam up horribly in there. And there was a cat who loved to hang out up there, and then when you pee, he'd be like 2 feet above your shoulder, and you'd just jump onto your shoulder while you're peeing. It's the best.
It's like ceiling cat.
Yeah, totally.
Oh man, ceiling
really
cat. Ceiling cat is at this point. Ceiling cat is more than a decade old meme, I think. Jeez.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, that's I might even say it's 15 years old.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I keep coming back to Gaia Online. But Gaia Online sells its virtual items, and they did sell a ceiling cat item at one point. Yeah, and
how did that work?
Cat as well. I think 4chan got a bit mad with that, and then after that tried to do things with Gaia Online.
Probably. Yeah, you remember what happened with Habbo Hotel, right?
Yeah, I remember.
No. For anybody who doesn't, a bunch of 4chan users just decided to fuck with a kid game called Habbo Hotel. Because this is one of the games where developers hadn't considered what happens when too many people are playing their games at once. It was impossible to walk through people, so they would just blocked off the pool area. Like, they just got enough people to create a blockade and nobody could enter the pool. They would tell people pool is closed.
Oh,
it's
man.
one of the first epic memes.
Yeah. Yeah, I should go back and try to remember a lot of how the internet was 10 years ago. Well, YouTube was just invented. That's one thing.
Yeah. Yeah, weird.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I remember in like 1997 or 1999, to get like a 15 megabyte video clip would take like 3 hours. But that was back in dial-up days, so.
Yeah.
Okay. We also wanted to talk about Stardew Valley today, yeah?
Yeah, that's true. I've actually been playing the new Stardew Valley update. It's good. They added some stuff, including the ability to divorce. And The Sun, the UK pseudo news site, picked up on this and published a very poorly informed article on Stardew Valley. They called it a Farmville-style game featuring heartbreaking simulation of divorce. Divorce in all caps. Which, just to clarify, Stardew Valley is not a Farmville-style game in any sense of the word.
I missed that part, actually, when I skimmed through it. They called it, like, Farmville style?
Yeah, that's my favorite part of it. They think it's a Farmville-like. Farming game allows players to ditch their lovers as long as they're willing to fork out a small fortune. And then they go on to criticize the fact that the game allows you to dump somebody for 50,000 gold coins, and then wipe their brain to make it possible to marry them again.
There's so much about this that is so ridiculous, like The fact that they were stretching so much again to get to Farmville, it's a Stardew Valley is a role-playing title which is similar to Farmville, the infamously addictive game which was first released on Facebook.
Yeah, they're trying to paint Stardew Valley as like this morally devoid fucking nightmare game. It's really they're focusing on all the most obscure aspects.
Oh jeez. Oh man, The Sun. I don't know that much about The Sun. Let's put it that way. Except that it's a tabloid of some kind in the UK. Do you know much about it?
I mean, yeah, it's a tabloid. I don't know what more there is to know. They publish ridiculous, stupid stories a lot.
Yeah, yeah. I should go find out more about The Sun. Really, I hear about it here and there, but I just don't bother with it. If you know much about The Sun, please let us know in the comments down below.
Yeah, I wasn't. It didn't occur to me that there's much more to learn. I just occasionally get linked to a hilarious Sun article.
Yeah, it says here the most popular article on The Sun. This is on the sidebar to the Stardew Valley. Is British Airlines pilot suspended over alleged cockpit sex pictures taken at 38,000 feet.
Man, they had the cockpit pun right there.
They did.
Didn't do anything with it.
No, hey, that's low hanging fruit right there.
It is. Yeah, this is a more highbrow establishment. Also, I think there's actual nudity in that thumbnail. It's very small. But
yeah,
maybe it's blurred out. Hard to tell.
Yeah, I think it's blurred out. I don't know. I'm not going to click on that.
Me neither.
Oh, how about this one? Life on Mars. NASA's amazing new Mars snaps appear to show remains of brown grizzly bear.
What?
They broke the story. We have Martian bears.
Holy shit! Oh man, this changes everything.
It does.
I'm surprised this isn't major news everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch it right now. It's a video, but but it's if that's true, then the sun has broken extraterrestrial life news, and we should all read the Sun more often. That's not sponsored by the Sun. Man.
Oh man.
Oh boy. Let's see. What are the topics you want to talk about today?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm coming down with a sore throat, and it's getting worse and worse as the episode wears on. Do you mind if we move on to GoNNER and make this a little bit of a short one?
Yeah, we can move on to GotW. That was our game of the week.
It was. What did you think of it?
Okay, so I will explain what GoNNER is really quick. GoNNER is the new game. It was created by Art and Heart Studios, if I'm not mistaken, and published by Raw Fury, who also did Kingdom most famously. And it is a roguelike action platformer with guns. It has a very distinct art style, as you can imagine, and super enigmatic. It shares that DNA with Kingdom in that sense, in that it just leaps off the screen and just and nothing's explained to you. You're supposed to go in there, live in that world for a while, and try to figure out what everything does. Gameplay wise, it is a run and gun shooter. You can imagine it as being like Spelunky with guns and just skulls all over the place.
Kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as well. Maybe you can speak a little bit more to how it compares to Spelunky. You think, because I'm not that good. I'm not that up on Spelunky as you are.
Yeah, it's interesting. So first off, this game has two aesthetics that I really like that I don't think mesh that well. So the first one is this game won't say anything in words. It tries to convey everything with images, and there's no, like, there are words in the pause screen and stuff, obviously, but in terms of in the game, nothing is described or named or anything, which is cool. But also, the game is incredibly minimalist. It's like flat colors. There's no, like, not even shading or anything. Everything's just either colored or black background, and that's it. Which means and it's also pretty low res. So you get into a store, and it's like, oh look, I can buy a blob or a different shaped blob, or hey, this one's kind of a circle, this one's a skull, but like there's not enough definition for it to be like Spelunky, where in Spelunky it's like, you could kind of get through that game without any names on anything because it's like, oh, that looks kind of like a gun. You kind of get what you're getting to a certain extent. In this game, it's like, oh, apparently that's a shotgun because it's a very slightly different shaped blob than my normal gun, but they're not even really gun shaped. So it's it's incredibly obtuse in terms of what you're picking up and what like judging what you should and should not buy. It's one of those things where I feel like you're gonna need 10 to 20 hours of just fucking around before you even have the most basic sense of strategy, which is a little bit frustrating.
How much do you play of it?
About 45 minutes.
Okay. I didn't feel that way about like
No?
the strategy part of it, but I agree with you that a lot of it is obtuse.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
by strategy, I just mean strategy in terms of how to spend your resources, not in terms of playing the game.
Oh, right.
But go ahead.
I do agree with you that the art style makes it really hard to tell some things apart, at least at first. The thing that I'm thinking about specifically is the machine gun versus a shotgun.
Yeah.
Right. They look like two oblongs, basically, and they're very subtle in shape.
Yeah, they're basically ovals. It's like, oh, hey, a slightly squatter oval. That'll probably be an upgrade to my current weapon. But yeah, it was incredibly difficult for me to recognize anything as a real object, which made it difficult for me to get into. Gameplay-wise, it's actually pretty cool. It's like the health system is a cross between, something standard like Binding of Isaac, where you have health and it goes down. Cross between that and Sonic the Hedgehog, where you get hit and you drop all your rings and you have to pick them back up. Because every time you get hit in this game, you drop your weapon and your usable item and your skull, your like mask. And your skull mask is responsible for your health. So if you don't pick that back up before you get hit again, then no matter how much health you had left, you die. Mm-hmm. It makes for some very tense moments, no matter what point in the game you are at. Like, you can be totally full health and just be rocking the whole game, and then get hit once and get stun locked and get hit again, and that's it. It's over. Mm-hmm. But in addition to that, your skull also has a number of hearts, and it loses one every time you get hit while you're wearing the mask. So as long as you get it back, you get your full amount of health, which is you start with 5. Mm-hmm. And there's also a combo system where if you kill 5 enemies in a row, you get a purple block that is equivalent to currency. And you can use... Yeah, if you kill 5 enemies in a row, you get one of those. And if you spend 5 of those, so it was like 25 5-enemy combos, then you can come back to life after you die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the game is very much focused on the combos, and I did not really get to do a lot of it, but I was watching David Martinez, who is one of the people who working for a company publishing a game. He streams, and when you get to a certain amount of combo, the game colors start to change, which is a really interesting effect. Like, they start changing according to I don't know whether it's the rhythm or the way you kill the enemies or something. And then once you lose that streak, it freezes the colors as they were. So there are all kinds of weird things going on with the art style.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
The art style is also super neat in that there's a darkness system. Like, you can only see a certain radius around yourself. But instead of things like fading onto screen as the light reaches them when you get close, they appear to build themselves. The walls will fly into existence and be built as you're watching. There's also a double jump in the game, which manifests as a little platform forms underneath you when you hit the double jump button, and then you jump off of that. So just art-wise, it's really neat.
I like that bit until you get to the second world. And then
the one where giant fucking assholes just kill you immediately. Yeah, I got there a few times.
Well, there's that, and also there's the fact that there are bottomless pits in that particular world. So sometimes the fact that you can't really see ahead of you, in terms of the platforms not having been formed yet, that can be a problem sometimes.
Oh shit! Yeah, you got farther than I did. I never. I got multiple times that there's the same room that it keeps on putting you in. I think it's a boss fight where there's 3 giant dudes, and they just fucked me. I just could never kill them.
Yeah, that. I did get past that. And the second level is interesting too. That actually points out one of my biggest problems with that game. Actually, with GoNNER, that particular room.
Uh-huh.
Uh, it's really easy for the main character to get lost in what's going on in the screen. So
Yeah.
in that room, there are three bosses, and they spawn a whole bunch of enemies. And when you get hit, your head flies away, your gun flies away, and as Green mentioned just earlier, that if you get hit when you don't have your head, you will die right away. Well, things happen so fast, and things just fly all over the place so quickly in that particular encounter that it's really easy to get hit, just get completely lost in what's going on in the screen, and then just die.
Yeah. My biggest problem is that the skull mask is the most distinctive part of your body. So every single time I get hit, I spend a second thinking I'm the skull mask and then being like, wait a minute, no, I'm the body. Because the body is pretty non-distinct. It's just a blob after you get hit. Whereas the skull still looks like you. It's like that's your face. So yeah, that's a big problem I have with the aesthetic as well.
I had the opposite problem actually. I could always find the body, but I would lose the skull somewhere.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, my
Yeah.
eyes just followed the skull.
Yeah. So because of that, I died because I would lose my skull, and then I don't know where the skull is.
Yeah, yeah, that's rough. Yeah, most of my deaths I think on that boss were me thinking I was the skull for a second, and that's all it takes, like a fucking millisecond, and you get hit. Also, in that room, like that room is just a clusterfuck. It's so constricted. There's very few places to go.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of feel like they should have picked a different boss really for the first one anyway. I never made it to the second boss, but from what I've seen from people streaming, it's not quite as frantic, I think.
Huh, interesting.
Yep. So interesting choice there.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, what did you think about the game in general?
I found it very difficult to get into. It's a game I could see myself like getting very into if I spent more time playing it, but I'm at this point where I kind of feel like to really push past where I am, I would need to either play a lot or watch somebody stream it who knows what they're doing to kind of understand, okay, I should be picking up this item. That's what that gun is, like kind of understanding some of the more obtuse bullshit in the game, because as it is, I feel like the game is just killing me for not understanding it a lot, which is a little bit frustrating. But I do think it's well made, and it's got a lot of fascinating ideas. I really really like the Sonic style. You get hit and you lose all your shit, and you have to pick it back up. It makes it it's a good like frantic twist on a typical roguelike. And the combat in general, like it just feels good to kill things. You can like jump on things' heads and shoot them, and like the game encourages you to go fast and kill things a bunch in a row. So it's just a satisfying game to play.
I also think that that's the best part of the game. Like
Yeah.
the running and gunning action feels really very good to play. It's just that there are these frustrating moments here and there that make the game much harder for me to want to play over and over again.
I think honestly, I'm kind of like rogueliked out after the last so many years doing a ton of roguelikes. Like this is, I know for a fact if I started playing this game around the same time I started playing Spelunky, I would be super into it. But at this point, it's like I've done this fucking rodeo too many times, so I'm not that into roguelikes in general anymore.
Yeah, I was just actually, it's funny you mentioned that because I was just thinking about this recently that nowadays, if you had asked me like 5 years ago what my favorite genres were, I would say open world games and roguelikes. But or maybe 4 years ago, I don't know. But nowadays, I just want to play collectible card games. That's all I want to play nowadays.
It's fun, man. If you ask me my favorite genre, like right now, I'm playing a shitload of Stardew Valley. I have Path of Exiles on my shit list because it one-shot my hardcore character through both of my physical damage reduction potions. I was so mad. I've been playing a lot of hardcore, and sorry, this is gonna be a very short diversion. I was just walking around on a map that was 10 levels lower than me. I had over 5,000 HP, and just like these annoying ass enemies come out of the ground and hit you. And suddenly, like a fucking army of them, like 30 of them popped up all around me, and I reacted so fucking fast. I hit my granite flask and my basalt flask, which sets my physical damage reduction to like 80%. And at the same time did my movement skill to get out of the middle of them, and before my movement skill landed, they one-shot me. And I was just like, dude, come on. Like, I was in an area 10 levels below my level, and I reacted perfectly to the situation, and then I died for no reason. Like, okay, fuck off. But I used to be playing a lot of that, which is ARPG, and I've been playing a lot of Stardew Valley, and I've been playing a lot of Overwatch. So good luck figuring out my favorite genre. I like video games.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? The Stardew Valley and Overwatch. Well, I've never played Overwatch, but as far as I know, they're solid games. So.
Oh yeah, no, they're both great. I just like good games. Like the genre doesn't really bother me too much, except again, a little bit rogueliked out at this point. But I'll probably be back to liking roguelikes at some point.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk more next week because your voice is going out, but or your throat is uncomfortable. But yeah, I've been trying to make a video of this one roguelike lately, but I just haven't been into it, and that's when I realized.
Which one is that?
Golden Crone Hotel.
I've not heard of Crone. Like a hag.
Actually, it's Krone.
Oh,
Crone.
okay.
Yeah, it's some kind of name, and it's fascinating. Really, it is. It takes place in a tower. It's called a hotel, but it's really a vampire lair. Go figure. And you play either a human or a vampire. But the game models day and night cycles, and also sunlight passing through the windows. If you're a human, great. If you're a vampire, you get burned by the sun.
Interesting.
And yeah, it's and as a human, there's a chance you'll turn into a vampire eventually because of, I don't know, some disease.
Yeah.
So you have to be very aware of what the sun is doing at that time. But I just haven't really been able to get into it, and I will make that video at some point. It's just that I'm just probably really fatigued by the genre as you are.
Yeah, it happens, man. Like, there's only so many times you can play a roguelike, especially you and I have played a lot of bad roguelikes in our line of work, and it's just like, you know, being at that precipice of like, oh god, I gotta learn what all the fucking items do and figure out how to min-max, is like, I don't want to put in the effort. You know, but they are good games.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Good games, Brant.
Good games, Brant, you said?
I said they're good games, Brant. Oh man, have you heard of that? The We Rate Dogs Twitter?
Maybe. It sounds vaguely familiar.
There's a We Rate Dogs Twitter account that just like fake rates dogs. Like, they're always like, this dog has a top hat on, 12 out of 10, you know. And this guy named Brant, I think, it'll be clear why I can't remember his exact name soon. He was like, they're like, why don't you guys, you know, why don't you guys just call yourselves Cute Dogs Twitter or something, because you don't really rate them. Like, he was complaining about the inconsistent rating system, and they were like, they're good dogs, Brant. but they misspelled his name. They're like, they're good dogs, Brant, or something. And I saw recently, like, somebody posted, Brent gets owned every single day, and they just posted a bunch of different screenshots of people like replying to his tweets, like just his normal ass fucking tweets with some variation of their good blank Brent or Bront or Brent or Brunt, or, you know, just some misspelling of his name. It's great.
Good.
So that guy's life is ruined. Anyway, diversion about dog Twitter.
Yep. Well, that's a lot of Twitter is dogs, I'm sure, but
oh, yeah.
I haven't explored that part of Twitter yet.
Probably at least half as much as is porn.
I guess. I don't know. This is why Disney never bought Twitter. It just fell through because of dogs and porn.
Yep. Oh, man. Yeah, I wonder what the overlap is between those two genres.
I don't want to know.
Anyway, speaking of dog sex, What about our next game of the week?
Yeah.
Sorry, Chroma Squad devs. I'm just kidding. We're doing Chroma Squad for our next game of the week. This is a really cool melee XCOM. XCOM being like a turn-based tactical game where you have a squad of people who you can engage in combat with, and they have like special abilities they can do. So it's a top-down tactical grid-based game, and Chroma Squad, XCOM takes it very seriously, and it's like a very hardcore version. This is kind of a silly, fun version of that. In which you play as Power Rangers stunt actors doing filming TV shows. And I really, really like it. It's fun. It's got a good aesthetic. And I played a couple of missions and then stopped playing for some reason, so I'm looking forward to playing a little bit more of that.
Cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. I have a copy of it. I just never had a reason to play it. So that's that.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah. You know what I might do if I can remember, because I always forget. If I can remember to do this, I'll also look up some Super Sentai stuff just because it's based on that genre of live action children shows, just to see if I can discuss that on the podcast.
Nice. Yeah, that would be great.
Alrighty. Okay.
Chroma Squad, the reason we bring that up, it's in the Humble Bundle right now. So go buy the Humble Bundle, play Chroma Squad with us. There's a lot of other really good games in that bundle too, actually. So it will be worth your time and money to pick that up.
Yep, sounds good to me. Okay, well, you are on... What was I going to say? Oh yeah, you are on Green's channel. Be sure to check out his other stuff while you're here as well. And we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to make your way over to Zen's channel and subscribe to him as well. Sorry we had to cut this one short. I'm in excruciating throat pain.
No.
I'm going to go and make a cup of tea. But happy Halloween, everybody, and we'll see you guys next week pretty shortly because, this one is many days late. Sorry about that. I guess it's 2 days late. That's not crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.